your number one political platform on YouTube. Now, another Sunday, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Akuffo Addo, came out in his 8th State of the Nation address, telling Ghanaians about the measures and how far his administration have gone in regards to this particular COVID-19 coronavirus. Now, it's for we reported right here on this channel about developments. Yeah, we were hearing, and I said we got an information. Said the president might be considering another total lockdown based on the cases are rising. We've seen, so far the cases is somewhere around 1,551, which means Tama Akuffo Addo lifted lockdown. The cases were like 1,004. Additionally, we've got almost over 500 cases more, 500 new cases. There's almost a 50% increase in the rise of cases. But then, looking at all of these things, the president is saying, his decision to lift the lockdown was not based on the economy and based on merit of his re-election bid. It was based on science and facts. And many people are questioning, where is the science and facts? You lift the lockdown. People have been in lockdown in other countries for the past 3 months. You lift lockdown and you are saying your decision was based on facts and science. Rather it was not based on political gains and political favors and your re-election bid. A lot of people believe the president's decision to lift the lockdown was not based on science and fact. And one person says or campaign against the president saying Ghana, for we told you guys in 2016 he can lead this country. And today people are actually attesting to these things that former President John Dramani Mahama said. Or no any can same way because or no who asem any Akuffo Addo who sem any ebeka. Mahama before Akuffo Addo babeka now the same be at all. Outside Onakasa by any own Corona State of the Nation address, he was addressing issues. Now it was bothering Ghanaians in terms of this crisis. Now, before we even go on and give you more audios as to what he said and videos as to what he said, that just saying some kind is going on to batter what MPP or every argument MPP they are talking about. Before we move on, Mahama stated clearly, he's doing this because over 4 million people voted for him, and he believes that those people who voted for him, their voices needs to be heard because according to him, the government is not listening to their plea and their cry. So he too is doing this. This is what presidents in opposition do. The first now, Mahama say, Ghana, we are in a turmoil, and as we are in a turmoil, whichever way you put it, say Akuffo Addo ban or left here. No, he did not lift the ban based on science and facts. He lifted it because he wanted to. He's afraid said the economy will crash. He lifted it because he desperately wants to win the 2020 election. So, or can be said there's a phrase a friend Russian roulette. Russian roulette. No, a say virus na bano. You don't know. You don't know who is going to get some. You don't know who is going to die from it. You don't know who has some. Mahama, in fact, India. He said other things such as something about the economy. The economy didn't do tia with 3 crab boom, and now can be about he is actually trying as much as possible. Objective committee and as a government or mobile power coronavirus committee amount for ADC. He's going to make everybody account for it. In some first na Mahama about Russian roulette here bar. In some about economy, ni Akuffo Addo niama moye usumasa according to him, and they are not so bad.
While we wait for a clearing understanding of the factors underpinning the decision of the president to relax efforts to manage the spread of the virus, I urge all Ghanaians to continue to be responsible and not to assume that the country is out of the woods yet because of the removal of the lockdown. I want to strongly encourage all my fellow citizens, particularly the aged and those with underlying medical conditions, to continue to remain at home. The young are also advised to exercise precaution because in the reality of the COVID-19 Russian roulette, and for those who don't know Russian roulette, Google it, nobody knows who will live and who will die. If you please have nothing essential or urgent to do outside, please continue to stay at home.
It is therefore that was what you heard former President John Dramani Mahama or also the state of the nation or buy it to say in some Akuffo Addo Ebeka ye any the okay no way I will reply to Akuffo Addo into the mano pepe as it is. We are reporting based on what Mahama said and what is going on in regards to this government position on the coronavirus policies. Second thing Mahama eka wants some economy. Now Mahama cited said Ghana has say MPP have been bragging about figures, about GDP, about growth, fiscal policies. Our economy is the best ever. Inflation rate is the best ever. Mahama posed a simple question. You claim it's the best. Until just 1 month and now 3 weeks of lockdown, you were taking care of Ghanaians in Kekeno. The economy now is in ICU. The economy now is in tatters. The economy now needs stitches. It needs stitches because the economy is down. According to Mahama, it actually goes on to expose the weak fundamental policies and the lies that this government have always been telling people. Once again, we are reporting on the news. It's propaganda. That's how we report right here on Pinax TV. Everything is also. Let us listen to what Mahama said about the economy.
This is one of the issues we have continuously talked about, that it is always necessary when you're building an economy to have enough buffers and create fiscal space so that when you are faced with a shock or adversity, you are easily able to overcome it. Unfortunately, this government has used a lot of propaganda. They said the economy has been the best that we've ever had since independence. Unfortunately, just 1 month of coronavirus and the economy is in ICU. If we didn't run to the IMF for the 1 billion rapid credit facility, it is possible that in the next 2 months, probably salaries could not have been paid. And so our economy is on ventilators and it needs thinking to rescue it from the ICU.
And lastly, it's here for Mahama editor just in his speech, he span over 1 hour, but then we are just giving you the punchlines, and we believe that this is a punchline to Akuffo Addo and his administration. Ocean lockdown man left here. They don't want to consider another lockdown because they believe that Africans, we can do our own thing, and it's high time we take things upon us. And yes, the US baby a copy, we also can solve our own problems. So Senegal, what they are doing, produce your own test kits, produce your own ventilators. At US they are not able to do that. It tells us that African, we can liberate ourselves from this mental slavery. That is the policy of Akuffo Addo administration. Now Mahama say coronavirus committee ni sa task force ni food program omo chiche aduane ni relief ni ade no ani sky de Mahama for say mo fanhwe coronavirus asikedi bi ekom ewo ho. Now according to Mahama, this sikedi a ekoso no, it goes on to tell that this government, this particular government, they are corrupt. This is the allegations that John Dramani Mahama Emeki, forgetting say he was once in power, and what he is blaming people about, he was also blamed about say this is the game of MPP NDC in Ghana. So let's take it cool. Mahama said he is expecting, said the president of the Republic of Ghana with immediate effect is going to set up a committee no more bar. They are going to investigate who used the money. First of all, they are going to investigate who authorized the money, how much money was authorized, who used the money, what was the money used for, and all the questions, the how, the what, the when, the why. Those questions are going to be asked in the committee will ask those questions, and they will make sure say anybody and allegations on social media elsewhere say MPP people and other people who are taking care of the coronavirus task force, their food program, the delivery near Yamanema, they are using and misusing the money. Mahama is going to expose them, and he even gave an order, and I said go ahead, urging the government to do same, and also do a committee. No muntimi who's okay. Scanner editor was a coronavirus. People are using the money for what it is, and now what is required for, and rather they are not using it in their own pocket. This is a John Dramani Mahama in Sema or Kaya no sonoity for Ijamamo.
I don't think we have to wait till I become president to demand accountability. I think that an auditing of the COVID-19 funds should take place, and there's the constitutional body that is supposed to do that. That is the Auditor General's Department. And so I think that all who are spending the COVID-19 funds should be keeping receipts and proper documentation, because the day of accountability will surely come. from Akuffo Addo. Excellency, what policy interventions will you advocate to open medical education in Ghana along the lines of the Cuban example to allow Ghana to even start to export doctors? I believe that this is possible. Indeed, I visited Cuba, and Cuba's ratio of doctors to patients is the highest in the world. And that's why they can afford to send Cuban doctors as part of the Cuban Medical Brigade to all over the world. We should be able to do that in order that we are able to produce enough doctors, both to satisfy our own need and also to send out as many doctors as possible to the rest of the world. We can earn precious foreign exchange for it. Many countries are earning foreign exchange from their human resource. Philippines is an example. Philippines makes almost